labor management dispute in the United States you may not have heard about. Over the weekend, an overwhelming vote against a new bargaining agreement, a new contract presented by the Deere company. That's John Deere.
In the world of big business and farm equipment, John Deere just made a move that's got everyone talking. This legendary American company is shaking things up by expanding into Mexico, and it's not just another boring business decision. It's a bold step that's caught the attention of everyone from farmers to political heavy hitters like Donald Trump. The story of John Deere is more than just a tale of tractors and manufacturing. It's a narrative deeply woven into the fabric of American industrial history, a saga that stretches back nearly 2 centuries. Founded in 1837 by a young blacksmith named John Deere, the company began by creating a revolutionary steel plow that could cut through the tough prairie soil of the American Midwest. From those humble beginnings in a small blacksmith shop in Illinois, the company grew to become a symbol of American innovation, resilience, and agricultural prowess. For generations, the distinctive green and yellow colors of John Deere machinery have been more than just a brand. They've been a beacon of hope for farmers across the United States. These machines represented more than just tools. They were partners in the backbreaking work of feeding a nation. Farmers would pass down Deere equipment from father to son, each machine carrying stories of harvests, struggles, and triumphs. The company became more than a manufacturer. It became a trusted ally of rural America. But the world of 2024 is vastly different from the world of John Deere's founding. Global markets have transformed, technology has revolutionized every aspect of manufacturing and agriculture, and the old rules no longer apply. The company's recent $55 million investment in a new manufacturing facility in Ramos Arizpe, Mexico, is a testament to this new reality. Let's break down the economics that are driving this decision. Mexican manufacturing workers earn approximately 70% less than their American counterparts, a wage disparity that's impossible to ignore in a hyper-competitive global market. Companies like Kubota from Japan and Mahindra from India have long benefited from lower production costs, and John Deere is now adapting to this global competitive landscape. But this isn't just about cutting costs. The Mexico facility offers strategic advantages that go far beyond simple labor savings. U.S. ports are chronically congested, domestic factories struggle with persistent labor shortages, and global supply chains have become increasingly complex. By establishing a manufacturing presence in Mexico, Deere gains unprecedented flexibility and access to rapidly growing Latin American markets, particularly in agricultural powerhouses like Brazil and Argentina. The move represents a fundamental reimagining of what it means to be an American manufacturing company in the 21st century. Less than 5% of Deere's North American production will shift, with major machinery still being built in Iowa and Illinois. This isn't about abandoning American workers, it's about survival and innovation in a ruthlessly competitive global economy. Enter Donald Trump, a political force who sees this move through an entirely different lens. At a recent campaign event, he unleashed a thunderous warning.
I'm just notifying John Deere right now. If you do that, we're putting a 200% tariff on everything that you want to sell into the United States.
It was vintage Trump, loud, confrontational, and aimed directly at what he perceives as corporate betrayal of American workers. Trump's approach isn't new. During his previous presidency, he waged a trade war that left deep scars on the American economic landscape. In 2018, he levied 25% tariffs on $250 billion worth of Chinese imports, triggering a prolonged and painful economic confrontation. A 2019 Federal Reserve study revealed the stark consequences: over 300,000 lost U.S. jobs and widespread supply chain disruptions. American farmers and manufacturers bore the brunt of retaliatory tariffs on key exports like soybeans, pork, and agricultural machinery. But here's the truly revolutionary part of this story, and it's something no political rhetoric can change. The future of manufacturing is not about human workers. It's about machines, artificial intelligence, and relentless technological innovation. Consider the autonomous 8R tractor, a machine that looks like it's straight out of a science fiction novel. This beast can drive itself using a sophisticated combination of GPS, cameras, and AI software. It navigates fields entirely on its own, operating non-stop without a single human operator. Where farming once depended on physical labor and generations of inherited knowledge, it now revolves around digital management, data analytics, and artificial intelligence. The numbers are staggering. According to Oxford Economics, robots are on track to eliminate up to 20 million manufacturing jobs by 2030. At the current rate, they could displace about 8.5% of the global manufacturing workforce. Rural areas are the most vulnerable, as they remain more reliant on traditional manufacturing employment. Drone technology is transforming agriculture in ways our grandparents could never have imagined. These aerial devices can now survey vast fields with pinpoint precision, assess crop health in real time, and deliver targeted treatments with incredible efficiency. Electric and hybrid tractors are gaining popularity, particularly among younger, sustainability-minded farmers who see technology as the key to solving agricultural challenges. Startups like Monarch Tractor are pushing the boundaries even further. They're introducing autonomous machines that look more like Silicon Valley innovations than traditional farm equipment. These aren't just tractors. They're sophisticated computers on wheels, equipped with sensors, AI, and the ability to collect and analyze massive amounts of agricultural data. John Deere understands this technological revolution better than most. The company isn't just investing in manufacturing, it's investing in the future of agriculture itself. Their emphasis on precision agriculture, artificial intelligence, and electric vehicles isn't just a business strategy. It's an existential imperative. Companies that don't keep up won't just fall behind, they'll vanish completely. When Trump threatened a 200% tariff on Deere's Mexican-made products, many expected the company to retreat, but Deere stood firm. Their response was clear and unwavering. This move is about staying competitive, about adapting to a rapidly changing global market. Wall Street's reaction spoke volumes. After a brief moment of uncertainty, Deere's stock rebounded, signaling investor confidence in the company's long-term vision. The political narrative of bringing jobs back sounds compelling at campaign rallies. It draws loud applause and taps into a very real economic anxiety, but it crashes against the hard reality of technological progress. Even if John Deere relocated every single factory back to the United States tomorrow, those jobs wouldn't return to people. They'd be absorbed by machines. Modern manufacturing bears no resemblance to the assembly lines of the 1950s. Today, a single robot can replace several human workers, operating around the clock without breaks, without benefits, without making mistakes. The average American factory worker isn't primarily competing with overseas labor anymore. They're competing with robotics that can weld, paint, and assemble with superhuman precision and efficiency. This isn't just a story about John Deere, or Mexico, or Donald Trump. It's a narrative about the fundamental transformation of work in the 21st century. It's about how technology is reshaping entire industries, rendering old economic models obsolete, and creating possibilities that we're only beginning to understand. The world is changing faster than political slogans can keep up. Automation, artificial intelligence, and global markets are rewriting the rules of manufacturing and agriculture. John Deere isn't just selling tractors anymore. They're pioneering the future of how we produce food, how we work, and how we understand the relationship between technology and human labor. So the next time you hear someone talking about bringing jobs back, remember this story. The real revolution isn't happening on factory floors or in political rallies. It's happening through technology, innovation, and companies brave enough to see beyond the next election cycle. John Deere isn't just adapting to the future, they're creating it, one autonomous tractor at a time.